Hey y'all, it's your favorite duck here, Derek the Duck. And today I wanted to talk to you about the Alamo Drafthouse movies I saw for this month of March. Okay, so for March, I actually saw 9 Alamo Drafthouse movies with my Alamo season pass. So with that pass, I get to see as many movies as I want for free. There's a monthly fee, but I more than get the value from it because I see so many movies, especially this month because with all of the spring break and everything, I'm not able to get my free Frontier Airlines flights right now because they're on blackout dates. So I'm kind of stuck in Texas. And that means if I'm here, there's nothing else to do but go to the movies. So I'm going to go to the movies a lot. And then I'm also sort of overcompensating because in April I'm going on this really long cruise, a 21-day cruise. So I may not be able to get to see that many movies in April. So now is a good time to get as many movies in as I can. So I saw 9. Uh, the first one I saw was at the very beginning of the month, and it was on March 4th, Last Breath with Woody Harrelson. Um, it was an interesting movie. Well, when I went in there, the pre-show had something to do with corn dogs, and I'm still not even sure what that was. What it had to, if the movie had anything to do with corn dogs. Maybe it did. Can't really remember. Well, mostly the movie was not about corn dogs. It was about sort of deep sea engineering and some problems that might arise. Obviously, with the title Last Breath and from the trailers, there's an issue with oxygen tanks and, yeah, as you can probably imagine. So, the movie was good, but it was really, really short. In fact, I think it was just too short. It probably should have been part of a larger anthology or something. I even felt like they kind of tried to pump in a little more time into it to just, at least give it 90 minutes. But it was good. It was just too short. It wasn't really a feature-length movie, in my opinion. So it didn't really work the way it should have. But it was pretty good. The next one I saw was Mickey 17. And, this is kind of a big deal because it's the next movie from the famous director Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite, that big movie. So I was excited to see this one. And it had a star-studded cast. It looked to, it was from a popular book. It looked to be interesting from the previews, and I wanted to, give it a chance and check it out. But I just didn't like it very much. I don't recommend this movie. This is one of the director's weakest films, in my opinion. It just, I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I know that it's about cloning, obviously, because there's 17 Mickeys at least in this movie. But by the end of the movie, I didn't feel like it had anything to do with cloning at all, or at least I think that the moral of the story was supposed to be about cloning, but it ended up not being about cloning. It ended up being more about indigenous alien monsters that you also see in the previews. So I was like, what's this movie really about? I don't think the movie really knew what it was about, and I think that was weak. I think the story just didn't really work. It wasn't that funny. Robert Pattinson's voice was interesting. I know they even played an interesting during the pre-show at Alamo Drafthouse. They showed an interesting reel that showed all the different accents that R. Pats has done over the years, and this was one of his more interesting ones. His acting was okay with the material given, but the movie was forgettable, and I don't recommend it. No, not Mickey 17. Okay, next one I saw was In the Lost Lands. Now, this is a movie from a story by G.R.R. George Tolkien's or Martin's or something. I don't really know. The guy who did Game of Thrones, the big guy. Anyway, this one was actually pretty good. I liked the pre-show. It was all about fantastical creatures and that sort of thing. The movie itself with Mija Jojovic and Dave Bautista was pretty good. It was very good actually. It was a kind of a Game of Thrones meets Mad Max, where Mija Jojovic is multi-passing it all through this deserted Lost Lands thing, and it was a really great sci-fi, well, not really sci-fi, but just fantasy story, and it was very well done. I hadn't even seen very many previews for it. I don't think it was really advertised very well. Just one day I saw that it was playing, and I said, well, I'll go check this out. This looks good. And it was really good. It was a very good movie. So check that out when it comes to HBO or Hulu or whatever. It's a good one. I liked it. Good story. You know, you got to have a good story. And this was another short movie too, maybe 90 minutes or so, but it had a lot going for it. And they didn't, pump it up with fluff to try to make it longer or anything like that. It was a well-rounded story. I like that. The next one I saw was another short movie. Can't believe all these little movies. That's how I was able to see 9 movies this month, because they were all like 10 minutes long. Anyway, I saw this next movie, The Monkey, with Theo James, and it's from a short story by Stephen King, probably one of his weaker stories. Otherwise, they would have made it a long time ago. It's from that same director, Osgood Perkins, or Patton Oswalt, or whatever his name is. The guy who played the tall guy from Legally Blonde. So he's been making movies recently. He made Long Legs, which I could take it or leave it. It wasn't the greatest movie in my opinion. And this one was actually a little better than Long Legs. Had a slightly stronger story because it was Stephen King. But monster toy movies, we've seen a lot of that. The previews, the pre-show for this movie showed different monster toy movies, and showed trailers for oldies but goodies like Christine. The movie itself, it just seemed too short. It's from a short story. This movie, as it was touted in the trailers for this movie, The Monkey, there's going to be a lot of deaths, and they were supposed to be very wild and very creative, and indeed they were. But, does the story really need a million deaths? Can't we just get it after a couple? So again, I felt like they just added more interesting deaths to just make the movie longer and to fill out, to round out 90 minutes. It was, again, okay. He didn't even have the iconic symbols, the monkey. They're supposed to have those symbols, like in that movie Monkey Shines or whatever. But apparently I think there was some kind of Disney legal issue with that they somehow own monkeys with symbols now. So this monkey had to have a drum, and it just was kind of weird. And just, again, a forgettable movie. I see Osgood Perkins put himself in it for quite a good amount of time, more than he had in Legally Blonde, I think. And when you have a cameo in a Stephen King movie, it's supposed to be Stephen King. So I don't know why the director put himself in it, but that's just my opinion. Okay, moving on. So March 16th, I saw Black Bag, which is the latest from writer David Koepp and director Steven Soderbergh. And I feel like I just saw one of their movies a few weeks ago, Presence. That was another one that they both did. And so, I don't know, I kind of felt like the movie was formulaic and like David Koepp is just pounding these movies out like every weekend or something. This movie was also teeny tiny short. It was about 90 minutes. And I think David Koepp needs to just slow down, and take it easy and not be churning out these new movies every week. Um, movie of the week. This one was good. I don't know. Was it a spy movie? I guess it was. Was it romance? Kate Blanchett looked good. Michael Fassbender was pretty good. But I already forgot it, and I just saw it last week, so it didn't blow my mind or anything. It's kind of a spy movie, a very short one. What are you going to do? The next movie I saw on March 17th, the next day, was Mystery Machine, Alamo Mystery Machine. So this is Alamo Drafthouse's new thing that they're doing. It's kind of a marketing gimmick. I probably wouldn't have gone to see this movie if I didn't know that it was a Mystery Machine movie. But of course, I'm going to go see, I'm the kind of person who buys mystery boxes. Well, I sell them on eBay. So of course, I was going to go see this movie. And they don't tell you what the movie is. You don't know until, So they showed a pre-show and it had a dog in it. So I thought maybe there was a dog in this movie. And I think there was a dog in the movie. A little one. And, well, I also got a green cocktail. Usually I get this mango soda water drink that I get. It's a mocktail. And usually it's kind of pinkish. And I was concerned. I said, why is it green today? They said, oh, it's for St. Patrick's Day. So I should have figured that out. But of course I'm going to go see Mystery Machine. And the kind of people who were there in the audience were kind of like me, just kind of like single, creepy guys who go to the movies all the time. And I don't know. I think we're certainly Alamo's, fringe crowd who go to the late night showings, the mystery showings, those sort of things. Yeah, that's my people. What are you going to do? So this movie was actually called EEPHUS, an odd title, and it was a baseball movie, and I love baseball, so I really got into this movie. It was probably the best movie I saw this month. It was very, very good. Now I see that they're playing it regularly. It's on the regular rotation at Alamo, at least for the next week or so. But when we saw it, we didn't know what it would be. It was very, very good. It was very nostalgic. It was about baseball. It was a very good story, great dialogue, lots of laughs. It was an independent movie, no name actors or anything like that. But it was a real special movie, and I left there with a big smile on my face thinking just, wow, what a great little movie that was. I highly recommend it. You can go see it now. It's playing EEPHUS, EEPHUS. Very good little baseball movie. Just it'll just make you happy. March 21st, I went to see Marie-Antoinette. This movie is special for me. I saw it, 20 years ago? When it first came out at the movies. It wasn't Alamo Drafthouse, but I saw it when it first came out. I remember it was a sick day at work. Yeah, I remember I got out of work and went to see this movie at the theater, and I just loved it. The pre-show was funny. They showed baking cakes and stuff like that. As an ode to the famous quote, "Let them eat cake," which Marie Antoinette may or may not have said. But the movie's excellent. I own it. I'm sure. Yeah, I have it on DVDs and Blu-rays and whatnot. I've seen it many, many times. One of Sofia Coppola's best movies, one of Kirsten Dunst's best movies. Just just a great story. I love it, I love it, I love it. I could watch it a million times, and I think I have. And so this was my 1,000,001st time seeing it. And, you know, if they re-release it again at the Alamo, I'll be right there, you know, quoting along with all the dialogue in the kind of off-putting American accent that Kirsten Dunst uses. Usually when they have a European movie, they'll opt for a British accent, but here everyone has the accent to which they were born. So you'll hear a few French accents, some English accents, and then Kirsten Dunst sounding like she's from, you know, Bakersfield. Who knows? Okay. Next one I saw was a big new release movie, Death of a Unicorn. I saw that on Thursday, on the 27th. The pre-show before it had lots of, you know, stuff about unicorns, little songs like that. Rats and elephants, sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Well, old Noel was there, and he answered the call. As for the movie itself, it was a dud. It wasn't very good. It was only okay. You know, watch it on Netflix. I'm sure that's where it'll be next. It had some funny moments. Will Poulter and his eyebrows he had all the best lines. I felt kind of bad. I think Téa Leoni had that one line about something being girthsome that you saw in the trailer. Other than that, I don't know. I think it wanted to be a dark comedy, but it didn't really succeed in being a dark comedy. It was kind of half horror and half comedy, and it just didn't merge the two effectively, in my opinion. And just the bad CGI of these unicorns that you can see in the trailers just didn't work. Jenna Ortega was in it. I don't know why they keep putting her in everything. She didn't give a very compelling performance in this or Beetlejuice or anything I've seen her in. So this movie was just dumb. I would not recommend seeing Death of a Unicorn. See something else. Last night I saw a weird kind of late night Shudder movie, you know, from that Shudder, the TV streaming system, Shudder. So it was called Ash with Aaron Paul. This was not good. Now, usually I will go to see different Shudder movies, late night Shudder movies. A really good one was the one, The Rule of Jenny Penn, which you can see right now on Shudder as of yesterday, I think. But this one, Ash, was not good. So, you know, I like to see weird little movies. I'll always give them a chance. This one just didn't work. The director is known as Flying Lotus, and he's more of a musician. So I felt like this movie was just more of a showcase for his music. The music was just nonstop. I think I counted about 3 minutes in the movie where there was no music, just pounding, you know, on you. And I just felt like it was just too much. The story itself was very, very weak and very unoriginal. It seemed like a bunch of other space monster movies I've seen before. This one was just a rehash of all of those with a weak story and an overbearing soundtrack. So I would not recommend Ash. I don't know how they got the money for Aaron Paul and why he agreed to this, but it just didn't work. So anyway, saw some good movies, mostly I think bad movies for March. I don't know what it is. They just were not very, I didn't have very much of a good selection this month. The real standout was probably EEPHUS, the mystery movie. There's another mystery movie on Monday the 31st. I'm going to have to miss that. I have an engagement. I have my taxes or something. But unfortunately I'm going to miss that one. But there's going to be more interesting movies coming up. April, I hope, is going to have more movies. I'm going to try to see what I can before my cruise. But yeah, it was a pretty good, it was an entertaining month for me at least. I saw so many movies and I had a lot of snacks and a lot of drinks, and all of that I got on discount, 25% discount from paying for them with gift cards from Costco. So that's always a good way to get, free food in a sense from Alamo Draft House. And of course, all these movies were free to me with that season pass. So not too bad. So I more than got the value, I think, for this month. It would have been better if the quality of the movies had been better as well. But hopefully next month will be better. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in April. Bye.